take it. This is me.
No, this is a cart ride.
Oh, the cart. We're doing the cart ride.
I'm here at Royal Melbourne Golf Club with John Mann. What's your job title, John?
Director of courses.
I heard at this golf course you do thatch management or organic matter management by cutting the sod and then cutting the thatch and then laying the sod.
Yep, that's right. So harvesting the turf, rolling it up, putting it to the side, then using the sod cutter to take out the organic material, depending on the depth, which normally sits at around 50 to 60 millimetres, and then shoveling that into the back of a cart or a loader bucket to keep the surface integrity and the surface contours as they were prior to the work, and then rolling the turf back down.
Well, that sounds fascinating. Should we take a cart ride and go have a look at it?
Yep, let's take a cart ride, Micah.
All right, let's go.
On the fescue surround, the turf has been stripped as thinly as we possibly can, while still keeping the turf rolls as flat and as level as we can. Then we max out the sod cutter and we remove the depth of organic material that's accumulated over a period of 15 years or so. This hole is 15 years. And this thatch has come from the fescue, so you can have a good look at that. And then we investigate. Well, generally we investigate how deep that thatch goes, and it only generally seems to be a sod cutter, maxed out sod cutter depth, let's call that circa 50 millimetres. Irrelevant of whether the green's 12 years old, 15 years old, 17 years old, it seems to be that depth across the board. So then the staff, because we really want to maintain the original contours, we sod cut that, and then the staff shovel that out, so no machinery is disturbing the surface. There's no excavator buckets or front end loader buckets that are disturbing the surface. Because that's a clean, even removal of organic material, then what we've got left is the construction sand, or the native sand that the hole's built from, without any disturbance to the levels. And then we're confident that once we just scarify that and drag mat it and board it out, that it's flat and we can lay the turf back down.
And does the same piece go in the same spot?
No. So you'll be able to see here, you'll see the different colonised patches will be, will be in different spots. And it does, because the greens are colonised, it does look a bit bizarre and lineal at the start. You might see a patch that was potentially circular prior to it being lifted is now, there's a straight edge on it because of the sod cutter. But we're doing this because for us the depth of the organic material interferes with the agronomics of, we feel like it interferes with the infiltration rate, which is an agronomic consideration primarily. So if we're removing organic material and then re-importing some, the depth of the sod becomes really critical. So we try and cut that as thinly as possible. Now, we use a narrower sod cutter blade that allows us to cut the turf thinner, but also not to lose any of the micro contours that might be inside the green. And if we look down, I'll show you. I'll peel back a...
Yeah, I heard that's frowned upon.
Yes, no, some people get quite upset by that. I mean, if you wanted to get that, we're probably under 10 millimetres, maybe 7 or 8 millimetres.
What do you call that?
I'm going to call that
10.
10?
Or less.
Less, probably. If I hold it there. Yeah, we're less than 10, I would say. 7 or 8 millimetres, maybe, if I move that along there.
Okay, that's
thinner than that.
You use a special blade.
We do, yeah. So it's a narrower sod cutter width. So I'm not quite sure what the standard sod cutter width would be, but that's a narrower blade. We also have, the sod cutter's not out here, I don't think. We have a sod cutter that's been modified to have a bar through the centre of it, so that we have the sod cutter operator behind that, but we have somebody on the bar either side that's applying down pressure to that. I think if you set the sod cutter depth too shallow and you don't have the down pressure, then the blade skips over the top of the surface and doesn't cut. So if you set it really thin and you have the down pressure on either side, it seems to cut the turf thinner, and it allows us to be able to remove as little as much organic material as possible, and then put that as little organic material as possible back down after we finish turf.
Will you top dress this?
Yeah, we will, and just for surface level restoration, not necessarily for organic material dilution purposes. It really is just to try to flatten the surface so it puts a bit better once we reopen.
So one or two top dresses?
Yeah, a pretty heavy top dress, I would say, and that's I think 2's ideal to get the surface perfectly back, but 1 gets the surface good enough, I would say, to be able to reopen and make it playable again.
And then will you hit it with fertilizer?
No, we haven't, not historically. We put a pre-start fertilizer down, which is an organic-based product, but no, we won't, and we'll probably try and treat these greens as close to as we treat the greens that are a little bit more mature.
So it's a 1 or 2 day process.
This has been happening all week. So we sod cut the turf on Monday. The turf was off and rolled up and placed in the trees over there on Monday. And Monday also the staff had shoveled the organic material from the green. So Monday the green was stripped of organic material. We started working on the surrounds on Tuesday, so that turf comes up, the organic material comes up on the Tuesday on the surrounds. The Wednesday we start working on tie-ins and bunker edges, so some bunkers need to be repacked to consolidate them and make sure they're more stable for mowing and handling mowing and golfer traffic. We also get some sand splash. You can see a bit around these bunkers here. We get sand splash from the wind, and we also get sand splash from play, so that builds up over time, starts to encroach on pinnable areas on the green. So we reduce a lot of sand splash around the outsides of the greens for that reason. And then once we finish the peripheral work, I suppose, we'll scarify lightly with a pedestrian scarifier the green. We'll drag that up and level it out by hand, and then once we're happy with the surface contours, then we'll start laying the turf. So it's a week process to be able to lay. Generally, a week process to be able to lay, pick the turf up, remove the organic material, and lay the turf back down. So we're on Friday here. The staff, this green was down yesterday, and so was the front approach there. So the staff have just been preparing the backs around and laying the turf there. This whole area in total is about 1,300 square metres.
And it will be back in play when?
In 4 weeks' time.
At the same mowing height as the course green?
Similarly, maybe a little bit higher initially. Just not necessarily that we're worried about plant health, just that we might not have it level enough to avoid scalping any high spots that haven't quite leveled themselves out yet. And that's probably the reason that we keep the mowing height a little bit higher. But, pretty amazing process to undertake, and the staff do a great job. It's pretty hard work. The shoveling of the thatch, particularly on wet days when it's wet and heavy.
So how many years does the green have to go before this needs done?
We feel like that 15 years is about that period where, well, 1, it feels like the organic matter plateaus, and 2, once you get to that 15 years, it's deep enough that it starts to affect the infiltration, which predisposes us to conditions like cyanobacteria or also poor performance infiltration-wise in winter. So we feel that 15-year numbers about where we start to see a deterioration of that. I mean, that's a pretty good sod, really. Look at, it's actually got a bit thin on that side comparatively. So we try and put it back as, you want the turf to be as even as possible when we're laying it, because people are going to be putting across it in a month's time. So the sand will help, but we want it to go back as flat as we possibly can.
Should we take a cart ride?
Absolutely, let's take a cart ride.
What construction do you have going on here?
We've got irrigation installed to be ready to handle the recycled water. It's coming online July 2027, so new feed to all of the fairways and greens and fescue surrounds.